You're licensed, then what? A lot of the curriculum is teaching us how to get compliance, but not how to get clients. On today's episode, we're going to dive deep into the 7x70 program. We got an agent who is about 20 days in, and he's going to tell us his wins, his losses, and his new habits. Welcome to another episode of On the Couch Podcast, where we dive into the world of being an entrepreneur, being on commission, and today we're going to talk about the 7x70. Welcome, Mr. Daniel Angelucci.
Appreciate it. How's it going?
Not bad, not bad. I'm Johnny Supa, and we're here with
Danny Cardozo.
Let's fucking rock and roll.
Let's do this.
Yeah. So, 7x70.
It's on.
It's on. We're in the middle of
It's
it.
fucking on.
We are.
You're like in the middle of it.
We're in the thick of it.
In the thick of it, yes. And the nice thing right now is that Danny and I get to see you in action all day, every day. But before we get into it, let's go to the beginning. Let's start with, you got your license, you were introduced to Danny and I, you came to the brokerage, you started seeing what the world was like, you were helping Danny and I for a bit as an assistant as you got your gears and your feet wet a little bit, and then you decided to jump in both feet. So tell me what your thoughts were when you got into this business and why you got your mortgage license, what you thought the world would be like, and then what it is today.
Yeah, so first of all, I got my license just because I wanted to start fresh. I wanted to build some of my own business, get myself going individually and kind of take control of my own business. And yeah, I came into the brokerage, wasn't familiar at all with the business. Met you guys, and you guys kind of explained to me that it was going to be a hard journey. And as I was assisting with you guys, I really did get to see that. The day-to-day interactions here at the brokerage is we got some happy days, we got some confused days, we got some days where we're unsure of, but you guys definitely remind me that to stay kind of level-headed, afloat. And after that, I'm starting, like you said, I'm kind of 2 weeks into the 7x70, and already based on the kind of, what would you say, 2 weeks that we're in? I'm
going to say we're way past 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
We're
3 weeks.
3 weeks, yeah.
3 weeks, yeah.
We're in our third? No, we're in our fourth going into now.
They're going into this is their third week right now. So we're halfway through the third week.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
yeah, it's been day and night since I think I was a agent for maybe not even a month before I started the 7x70. And yeah, like you said, it's really got a lot of guidance. It's got definitely my day-to-day has changed a lot. And yeah, it's really been a ride. I've been learning a lot. I think I'm very fortunate to see you guys every day in the office and being able to grow and see the process.
So what were your thoughts prior to, when you got into the industry, what were your expectations of what the day in the life of being a mortgage agent was going to be like? Did you think that it was going to be, and again, like, it's okay to say it was, but was it your thought that it was going to be easy? Did you think there was that much work in, like, first, the journey itself is a process, right, Danny? Like, it takes you a minute just to get yourself set up as a business. So that's time.
100%.
Right? So you do that, and then I say this then, but like, if you don't go through that journey first, you're not qualified to start the 7x70.
No.
Agreed?
100%.
It's impossible.
Yeah, you have to set up your business.
Yeah. So you got to be qualified. So now Daniel's qualified. You see that work was required first. What was that like when we sat there and we're like, no, you got to go do the journey first, build your brand, work around that?
Yeah, it was eye-opening, to be honest with you. I did not expect half the work that I had to do, even just to be in a space to compete with anybody or to even be on board with the things I have to do day to day. I did not expect even just the small things at the start, setting up a website, starting up a Google My Work page or whatever that's called.
Google My Business. It's not whatever it's called.
Sorry,
it's called
Google My Business. Yeah, setting those things up. Just even the background things like our CRM Broker Boost. I did not expect it to be that much work, and every day it's continuation of work. Being consistent, I feel like, is something that 7x70 has really made me be and become in my day to day. And I think just putting your best foot forward every day is something that you guys tell me about and strive to be. So I did not expect the work to be as much as it was, to be honest with you.
And now you're 3 weeks in.
Yes.
Let's talk about it.
Let's do it.
So I'm going to give a little bit of praise because the kid's relentless. Like, he is absolutely relentless.
Hold on. Before we even get there, Daniel, how old are you?
23.
Perfect. 23 years old. He's just been in the business, let's call it 2 months.
Yep. He's really been in the business 3 weeks because when he did come into the business, he was working for us as an assistant.
Yeah, he wasn't focusing on his business or whatever the case is.
Which really helped.
And then
It did allow you to set up your business.
it allowed you give you some time to set up your business, sort of thing.
And I think it really helped me look at how you do your business and really the proper standard of how to actually operate as a top performing mortgage agent and not just doing what I think is right. Like, I got to sit back, watch you, even just, how do you set up your files and how to set up your background. I think that really helped me a lot because I just see other agents and like their process, and I just think that the way that we do, you and Danny do it, is just an extremely efficient way and should be the standard, to be honest. So I think that really helped me as well.
But now you're 3 weeks into the commission world. Mm-hmm. A little different, isn't it?
Very different.
A little bit more on edge.
Yeah,
A little scary.
very. And I'm
I
very
wanna-
impatient.
Yeah, which is not a good thing.
No,
Not a good.
I say it's a very good thing.
Okay. Not in sales.
Well,
Not in sales.
if you're impatient,
Impatient.
Well,
Being impatient can hurt you a bit. Yeah, I think.
if you're impatient and sitting there waiting, but he's impatient, which means he wants it to get going. So he's making sure that he goes through every step through the 770, and he's pushing the envelope, if you ask me.
Yes, but sometimes being impatient allows you just to go through the motions and not do it with intent. Right? So the goal is to make 10 outbound calls, and he'll be impatient and go make 10 or extra calls. Those 10 extra calls that he does make sometimes can be burn calls. That where his impatience is allowing desperation to kick in, and desperation is then vocally you're transferring those feelings to the other person on the line. So yes, being impatient is great because that gives you the drive and the motivation, but you can drive the impatientness
Whatever. I get it.
further to desperation.
absolutely.
So because that's where being disciplined and being consistent are key, but the intentions have to be there, not just the motions. You can go through the motions. Anybody can knock on doors. Anybody can. It's doing it with intent is what's really going to matter. So what's your biggest struggle? What's your biggest win? And what are you seeing inside?
To start with my biggest win, I think just my day-to-day has changed dramatically. Before that,
What is your day to day like? Let's go. What was your day like?
Yeah.
And what is your day like now?
Yeah, so before, I would say I would pretty much wake up at around 7:30, get ready, come to work, do my best to call a couple realtors, maybe get my name out there, try to book a connect meeting for maybe the next day or the next week. I would do my best to post an Instagram post, maybe DM a couple realtors to introduce myself, and then I would, at around 5 o'clock, pack up, go home, and then wonder why I didn't get a sale. So, and now
Where are you at now?
my day-to-day is I wake up around 6 o'clock now because we got a part of 770 is move your body, get a 30-minute workout. So usually wake up at 6, go to the gym, work out for an hour, get to work. The first thing I do is set up my socials. So make sure that I post at least once to twice a day, 2 stories, 1 post. I'm starting to grind out some videos now because I know that taking uncomfortable actions is something I got to work on. So I would say one of my struggles was that, getting my face in front of the camera. And now, instead of kind of just making 10 calls to realtors, I make sure I don't leave without booking an appointment. And as Johnny was saying, if I don't get that appointment, sometimes I do burn out and just start calling a bunch of people. And, sometimes it does work, but sometimes, like Johnny said, the impatience does get me burnout.
See, the reason I know this is because I'm that person where I do things and I'll burn myself out, and I'm just doing it just to do it. I'm not doing it with intention. If I did it with intention, I would have better results. And so the fact that you could realize that, or even take the feedback from us, is important. And I think you got a little bit of an advantage that you're in the office. That's an advantage, I think, for anybody, because you've got two coaches that are listening to you all day, every day, on your delivery, on the qualifying questions or the discovery questions, on your presentations. We hear it all. And I have to say, man, like, you're doing a fantastic job, dude.
Yeah, let's start with at the end of the day, the whole 7x70 purpose is for you to outreach to referral partners. In the what we call the hour of power. So, how is that translated to you? How many referral partners have you set yourself up with in 3.5 weeks?
Well, we started a spreadsheet at the start of 7x70, and
And you're 20 days in, by the way.
I would say before 7x70, I had about 2 realtors that I would be consistently talking to. 20 days in, that spreadsheet has now grown to about 22 realtors.
That's 22 realtors that
Just referral sources, networks.
that you consider possible or have agreed to being a referral source with you.
Exactly. Yeah, that they've confidently said to me that, next time they get a qualified buyer, that I'm their go-to, top of their mind kind of guy.
Okay, but what happens inside that? Is it just that?
No, so we work together pretty closely. A lot of the things is collaboration. So, working with them, social media, I do, I match deposits on paper advertisements. So, if they want to do door hangers or flyers, I'll help spread that. I do open houses with them. I make sure that they're set up and I'm their mortgage agent at that time. So, if they have a professional or they want a client that, needs questions on the spot, I'm there. It's really a close partnership that we work together. It doesn't have to be a deal that I help them with. Sometimes a lot of them just text me, hey, market updates, or hey, do you have, a product for this type of buyer? And it's just really an open partnership where I'm there for them, they're for me, and I'm gonna do my best to help them get their deals closed.
You're an extension to their business.
Exactly.
Is the idea, right?
Yep.
You're their finance department.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
Real quick, would you have the same drive if they weren't here, if you were by yourself?
You know what? That's a great question.
So hold on, let me repeat that just in case nobody can hear what Stefano was saying. But would you have the same drive if you were not part of the 770 program, and obviously not knowing me and Johnny, introducing you to the 770 program?
Well, to start, like Johnny said, a lot of agents get their license and it's kind of a what next, or they're thrown into a brokerage with no direction. So, I would say no, I wouldn't be as driven or as structured, at least, I would say. The 7x70 really does give me a sense of what to do every day when, maybe if it's a day that I'm not dealing with a client's problems or file. So it really is setting me up with, a next step, where to go with my business, how to set myself up for not just the next week, but the next year, and, set up my business to a point where I'm an established, member of this industry. And yeah, I don't think I would be as driven because just last week I posted my first video, and I don't think I was having issues calling realtors saying, everybody's giving me excuses on why they can't work with me right now. And the first thing out of Danny's mouth was make a video. And, maybe if I was at home and someone said make a video of it, I wouldn't be as motivated. But at that day, I couldn't leave this brokerage without making that video because, again, you guys are here to keep me accountable. And it's kind of like consistency is in a mood, right? Like, what's the problem with not posting that video? So you guys definitely do keep me accountable.
That's the whole idea of the 7x70. So at the end of 70 days, what do you think you're going to have?
I think I'm going to have a business set up that is a constant stream of hopefully referrals that my realtor partners are able to trust me to deal with their clients. I hope it's a business that I could stand behind and be proud of, all the efforts that we've done for the 70 days. And I think what has 7 by 70 has taught me is, although it is a 70-day program, it is a lifestyle. If you're not gonna be consistent if you're not consistent. And I just think the main purpose is I'm gonna have a different approach to my day to day. And already 3 weeks in, it's been like that.
New habits.
Yep. New way of looking at even just sales, right? Like my presentations, the way I'm able to handle objections, the way I'm able to go about, just speaking with people has changed drastically in the last 3 weeks. And, credit to the calls and the coaching and, the resources we have inside 7 by 70 that has just in the 3 weeks has changed my way of going about things.
Amazing.
How do you guys feel about what he's saying, what he's been saying for the past 16 minutes? Is that the goal that you guys had from day one with 7 by 70?
Well, I mean, the whole purpose of the 7 by 70 is to come up with, to prove that we can transform your entire business from, whether you're an agent doing no deals to 1 deal or 2 deals once a month or twice a month or even a year, to we can actually give you a business that's why you came here for, right? And we find that a lot of people look at the 770s like, no, I can't do that. Well, you're never going to change your business. So are you happy with the way your business is today? Because if you're happy with the way your business is today, then that's the way your business is. No worries. Maybe next year you might make, you went from 10 million, maybe you might make 11 million, or you went from 2 million, or you closed 5 deals. Maybe next year are you going to be happy with 6 or 7? Or would you be happy in transforming your business in 70 days? And I mean transforming it. Like you come in here, and in 70 days, you put in the effort, and you tell your family, listen, I need 70 days, and I need you guys to support me throughout the 70 days because I'm about to transform my entire life. Yeah, it's here. Where else is that going to happen for you? Where are you going to go 70 days and transform your entire life? And this is your opportunity. So, I mean, stick around with where you are or come transform it. And I'll promise you, you're going to have a business that, the crazy thing about the 770 is that we've done this 5 sessions. We've done this inside our brokerage. The people that have been part of the 5 sessions, they still come back, and they've transformed their lives.
Yeah.
That's the crazy part about this
Some
program.
of them came into this industry doing $1 million a year in business, are now doing 20 million.
After how long?
2 years.
Wow. That's
a
enormous.
business. They're rock stars right now.
Yeah.
They're walking around. I'm a rock star.
In Kabul, as we speak.
In Kabul? Oh, can we drop names?
No.
But
That's so, do I expect this from Daniel? Yeah, because for one, he's held accountable. Number 2, he's learning new habitual habits every single day. Yes, the hour power is the engine that drives your business. But if you're not working on your mind, your body, doing the hard tasks first, like he's saying, he's taking upon himself to.
Are you doing the cold shower?
I am.
You're doing the cold shower.
Yeah. Post workout
Love it.
in the morning. It's
So
the hardest thing.
you're maxing out on the 7 by 70. You're doing everything you need to do.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I got, just talking to some family, I got some advice from my uncle. And one of the things he said is, if things don't work out in this business, in a year, right, what would you do to progress, right? And it's kind of like you would do everything that you're told to do. For example, every step of the 7 by 70. So why, if that's what you would do when you're struggling, why wouldn't you put your front foot forward, sorry, and just max out, like you said, do everything you're supposed to do, see what happens, and
Yeah, you're absolutely right. So I'm going to say something. Number 1, Ed Milet says max out. That's his slogan at the end of every podcast. Max out. That's his thing. But number 2 is if I can, I'll ask Danny this question. If you could go back to an industry that you were previously in, how much better would you do it?
I love this. You know why? I was actually thinking about this. I don't know if it was this morning or yesterday. I'm like, if I brought what I've learned in the mortgage industry, and it's not just because of the mortgage industry, I've learned a lot in here, whether it's sales or marketing or whatever the case is, and I brought it to one of my other 4 businesses that I work. Like, I did good with those businesses. Like, I can only imagine what I've done with those businesses today if you gave me one of those.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
It is, isn't it? So then my question is this, because he just answered his own question. If you know what you know and you're not doing it, and in the end, and you look back and say, if I just maxed out, if I just did what was asked, I don't need to be 100% every single day. You need to be 80% every single day. That's the goal, right? That's how you continue your streaks. If you just do that every day, what does 1 year from now look like? 1 year from now will look like a new Daniel, a new business, new habits. Buddy, you're going to be walking and talking different. You're going to be putting your pants on. Like, everything's going to be different because these things have become habitual. They're new habits. And then you're going to start doing new things that are going to make you grow your business even more.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think what 7x70, like you said, the cold showers, I think it's really important because, again, like I wake up at 6, do a workout, cold shower. That's before I do anything. So I feel like that has really made me feel like I could do that hard task during the day, like posting that video or reaching out to that realtor that maybe looks more intimidating than the next, you know, like I've already breached that hard task of the day, and it just kind of sets you up for the rest of the day.
It's amazing. I love it. What is the hardest thing inside 770? Really and truly. Like, out of all the 7 tasks, what's the hardest one to get done?
For me, based on my previous day to day, I would say the workout, just because it's a wake up, and, you know, everybody could go after work, and, you know, I can too, but I think just the discipline of being able to wake up and doing that cold.
I think the workout is more important before you start your day than it is after you start your day, and it's only because you feel amazing when you leave a workout. Mm-hmm. It's just like that something's flowing through your body, and I forget there's a name to it, that makes you feel
endorphins.
Yeah, you got
I
that
think that's
extra
what the- I think that's
energy.
what the word-
You got
the word
like
is.
ready to go. So I do agree that, you know, although we as much as I would love to say that is one thing that you should be doing, or that we force our agents to do that are part of the program, if you do it prior to, I think you're more beneficial.
Yeah,
throughout your day.
there's method to the way we've designed it. There's method to the madness for a reason. You wake up, you do your workout, you do the cold shower, you do your affirmations, like you do your mind and your body together, just to get that part energized, ready, primed. I call it prime, like you prime the pump before you get to the thing, and then you do your hour power. Your hour power is when you have all that energy, you bring it into the end. Your calls, you do that, you set up your appointments, and then you've got some real stories in social media. You go out, communicate that in the community, letting them know your wins and your losses, because it's important to vibe with your tribe. You track those metrics so you can grow your business, and then bam, onto working in the business, onto working on the administration and all the other.
So I just want
minutia.
to quickly recap. Daniel, you're about 20, 21, 22 days in.
Yep.
You've got 22 VIP realtors that are willing to work with you, and you are 23 years old. I can't wait to see where this is going.
Yeah.
We're definitely going to have you back on the podcast. I don't know.
3 months down the road.
No, I think
Less?
that's too early.
Later?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
100%. Maybe, I don't know, 9 months down the road, and I want to see where your business is at so that we can actually show people where, you know, what the 770 is really all about.
Yeah.
I can't get you off the hook with that one. So you said 9 months. That's, for a lot of people, that's a long time. Is there a reason why you decided 9 months and not 3 months?
I'm just trying to push it off.
But I'm just wondering why. Why do you
Well,
think he needs to be held accountable?
So one of the biggest things with the 770 is you might not see results 30, 60, 90 days later, right? Maybe even 120 days later, right? So, and right now it is a tough market out there. So Your referral partners might not have a deal coming through all the time, right? So you keep pushing, get more referral partners, and then the more referral partners, the more referrals. Eventually, when you do the average between all of them, so 30, 60, 90 days.
It takes
Fine.
a minute to grow a business,
Yeah.
right? Like some may be fortunate right out the gate and close a deal in 30, 60 days. Others might take a little longer. But what Danny's saying is like in 9 months, we want to see what his rotation is like.
What about if those people get like a relative? Do you say to them, no, that's cheating. You can't use that.
Oh gosh, no, fuck
Oh,
anywhere.
you accept
No,
that?
what do you mean? Take a relative?
Well,
What does that
so
mean? You get a lead from a relative.
that's
Like
what I'm
a
saying. No, no,
realtor
no. Let's say,
relative.
yeah, let's say a realtor.
Listen, man,
is looking for that.
he just signed 22 fucking realtors. Relatives or not relatives, I bet you none of even if there's a small amount of them are relatives, like you got 22 realtors that eventually, if it's not today, if it's not tomorrow, eventually, they're going to be giving you leads.
Yeah.
Or why are they in the business?
I think
So-
that's what a lot of people misunderstand is that rotation of this industry. This rotation in the industry is 30, 60, 90.
Yeah.
Sometimes even 120, like Danny's saying. So until he builds that snowball, it starts off with his two hands doing this first, right? He's got to create the ball. Then next thing you know, he's pushing it like this. And before you know it, he's going to need some people behind him to hold that ball and keep pushing it forward. And that's where these 22 people are going to turn into 65. And you have to create the ball that's got to create momentum. You got to keep pushing and keep pushing and keep pushing and keep going because that's the commission-based world. That's direct sales. That's direct marketing. That's everything. So
So why don't you guys tell everybody directly where they can find you?
you can find me right here, right now on the couch. Daniel, where can they find you, buddy? Where like you're inside the 770, you're halfway through. If somebody was, they like your energy, they love the ambition, they want to learn more about 770, where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram, Mortgages with Dan. Always posting videos, posting pictures, education. Feel free to DM me if you have any questions or you just want to chat. Always available. One last thing I have to say. I think one of the hardest tasks for 7x70 is to stay consistent. So if you have a hard time and you feel discouraged, just put your best foot forward and don't give up. I would have to say that.
Yeah.
I love it.
You could find us here on the Couch Podcast 23 on all streaming platforms. You could find Johnny Supa. Just Google Johnny Supa. You find me anywhere. And Danny?
Mortgages by Danny C.
Guys, till next time, comment down below. If you have some secrets to help you grow, let us know. Or else share the show. And I'll see you guys next time.
See you in 9 months.